Hey there, fellow collectors, Shuki here with a review of the Uchu Sentai Kyuranger DX Gigant Houou. So this is the mecha for Houou Soldier, and it's really cool. I like it a lot. I love space. I love space shuttles, spaceships, space stations, all that fun stuff, and this is kind of a culmination of everything spacey. And I dig that quite a bit. Here's a quick look at the box, because as you can see, I have everything out of the box already. The box is really big, will not fit in my review station properly, so here's just a quick picture of the box, but really cool, plain simple, you know how it goes. So, Gigant Houou is made up of 3 parts. You have the actual Houou Voyager itself, which is like this space shuttle, spaceship sort of combination thing, which is really cool. Admittedly, I love this one a lot. Probably one of my favorites of the Voyagers, just because, again, I'm so fascinated by space shuttles and all that stuff. Unfortunately, it does not look much like a Phoenix at all. It's got a little bit of like a beak-esque thing up here, but other than that, it does not really remind me of an animal like the other ones do, other than Orient Battler, I guess. But anywho, the Houou Base, which is just these big plastic pieces. This is irrelevant in the Gigant Houou combination. This will be the feet when you make Kyutamajin, but other than that, it isn't used for anything. It's just simply a place where you can put Houou Voyager, so it looks like it's a launch pad, which I think is a nice little inclusion. I wish it did something for Gigant Houou, but alas, it is just a big plastic piece that you're going to set aside when you do virtually anything else with this toy. And then the arms and stuff are comprised of the Houou Station, a space station looking thing, or a satellite looking thing, to be honest, but it can very well be a small space station, I suppose, which again looks pretty cool. I mean, it's very holy. I don't think there'll be a whole lot of living in here, but it does look cool. I dig what they were going for with this, and you can see Kyutamajin's head hanging out on the back there. So there are your pieces of Gigant Houou. This was released in July 2017 for about 8,500 yen or so, give or take, depending on when and where you picked it up. So definitely, it's a larger mecha on the pricey side. I don't even want to say a larger mecha, it's just got a lot of big pieces, but you can find it significantly cheaper nowadays compared to when it first came out. Included is the Houou Kyutama right here. I'm not going to show it off in the Seiza Blaster, since I just did that in the Houou Blade Houou Shield review, and this is the same Kyutama, give or take. But it does have a different picture on the inside. You have Houou Soldier on the cockpit there instead. So that's really the only difference. Same sounds and all that. So I'm just plug that right back in to the Houou Voyager, and let's get right on with it. The lights and sounds are in I think it just sounds actually, is in the Houou Voyager. The on-off switch is right there. It does take, I think, 2 AAA batteries. Hey, it does have lights. You got it, dude. And the button for the sound activations is a place in which I forget where it is. I'm on top of things. It's on, like, his crotch right here.
Houou Base. Houou Voyager. 3, 2, 1, go!
Now we're playing Starfox, which is really cool. So it's waiting for something, obviously. You take the Houou Station and just kind of slide it in.
Gigant Houou!
Alright, so that was just a whole bunch of walking and such. So to finish the transformation, fold these back and split the legs so that he can stand properly. Back here, it's a little bit complicated, but you're going to flip out the little tiny hands that this guy has right here, and you're going to swing these around and down. And you can kind of position these. There goes the sword. We're not there yet, sword. Calm down. You can kind of position these however you want. I generally go to about this, just because if you bring one down more, it likes to bash into the leg, which is a little bit irritating. So I kind of splay them out like this. And then you lift that part up to fully reveal the head. And then you have the fully transformed Gigant Houou. And he's pretty cool. I dig him a lot for what he is. There's a couple kind of irritating flaws, obviously. For one, the hands and arms are just so stubby. Like, they're just very, very stubby. I wish there was, and it probably wouldn't have taken a whole lot of engineering, but just a slide-out mechanism to bring his arms out a little bit. Just so that they kind of went down to maybe about here-ish. Because as it is, he looks very stumpy. And that's a little bit of a bummer. Because I do love how this guy looks. You take off the swords right here. And you can put them in either hand. They're essentially the same piece, so it doesn't really matter. So there you go. There's his dinky swords to go with his dinky arms. And now that the swords are gone, you can kind of move those back down one peg if you want to, because now they can clear the legs. But there you go. There is Gigant Houou.
Super Galaxy! Gigant Houou!
And we'll cycle back to the Gigant Houou. So here's a just quick rundown of Gigant Houou. Like I said, I love his base design a lot. I just really wish they could have done something about those arms. But alas. But let's move on to Kyutamajin. So Kyutamajin is the formation that unites all of, I don't want to say all of the Voyagers, all of the Kyurangers together into one formation, because it strictly uses Gigant Houou, Houou Base, and Shishi Voyager, and then the other Kyutama. That's all it uses. All the other Voyagers are just Kyutama-less carcasses in this formation, which is a bit of a bummer. But for Shishi Voyager, just go ahead and act like you were going to make Kyureno in terms of putting the Oshi, Okami, Chameleon, Kajiki, and Shishi Kyutama where they would normally go for the base formation. And you're also going to remove his head. It just pops off, actually, so no need for anything wild or crazy. You just set that aside for now and set him aside. For the Houou base, just split it apart to make the 2 feet. So you got that going on. In terms of Gigant Houou, what you're going to want to do is put these swords back where they would normally go. Just like so. It helps if you do it correctly, for starters. So just like that. And then you're going to want to swing the fists back in. Make sure you do it right. And slide his little head down. And then these will sit just like that. You're going to want to take this front piece off. And that will just get set aside for now. And remove the Houou Kyutama from there. Also, while you're here, you're going to want to smush these back together and take off these two pieces. And then just take this piece and sort of set it anywhere you want. Bring back the pieces of the Houou base right here. And then you're going to take these leg pieces. Actually, I lied. Those are arm pieces. You're going to take Shishi Voyager and just plug the Kyutama into these slots right there. So these will form the legs for the formation. There you go. And while you're down here, you can take the Hibitsukai Kyutama, plug that in right there, and then take the Tenbin Kyutama and plug that in right there. And then you're going to want to work your way upwards and take those pieces I said were leg pieces that are actually arm pieces. Flip, this was here, flip that back around and plug it into the Kajiki Kyutama and the Chameleon Kyutama. You're going to want to take the Sasori Kyutama. That will plug in right there. Take the Washi Kyutama. That will plug in right there. So now we're going to have to bring this guy entirely around. And we're going to take this piece, this big old piece back here. Splay the legs open since I told you to close them and I lied. Do that. Pop off this piece right here because this will be the head for Kyutamajin. And you're going to line up these clips right here and these clips down here with the empty slots right here on the back of the Shishi Voyager. And this will all peg into place, or rather clip into place, all right there. So now you can swing this back around. You're going to take the Koguma Voyager Kyutama and pop that up right there on that shoulder. Take the Ryu Kyutama, pop it up on the opposite shoulder. Take the head, go ahead and pop it right up there. Take the Houou Kyutama, and that will just sit right on top, as well as reveal the face. And then take this chest plate, and it'll plug right into the holes on the Shishi Voyager, if you should line them up properly. Right back there. And then all the way back here, you take the head of the Shishi Voyager, and you just pop it right there for storage. And there you have Kyutamajin. So here he is, and he's definitely a weird one. I like certain bits of it, but just the fact that like it doesn't have arms. I mean, it has arms, but like he doesn't have hands. He just has these booster thingies, which it can act as an offensive weapon, I suppose. So it's not really that big of a deal, but it still looks very weird. And I'm also not a fan of combinations that don't use everything. So while I respect the fact that his name is Kyutamajin and he's made up of Kyutamas, I'm not a big fan of the fact that the other Voyagers aren't really implemented, and that Kyuranger doesn't really have a form that implements all of the Voyagers appropriately. So I'm a little bit bummed about that, but I like his head. His head design is pretty cool, incorporating the Kyuranger star logo up there. And other than that, it looks very goofy in a lot of other places. But like I said, I like certain design bits of it. But yeah, not my favorite favorite mecha design in the universe, and definitely not my favorite like combined mecha form in the universe. So there is a sound back here, which I should have did beforehand. But if you can sort of access Gigant Houou's crotch, you can still activate that sound.
Super camels and docking!
There you go. And I think it only has one singular sound.
Super camels and docking!
Yeah, it does. I'm just wasting time now. Alright, so anyway, that about does it for this one. I like Gigant Houou quite a bit. His arms are stumpy, yes, but my love of space just really makes me like this one a lot. He's a space shuttle, kind of combined with a spaceship because of the creative design. A space station, which also looks like a satellite because of creative design. And like a launch pad, all in one, and I can just totally respect that. I dig that a ton. Plus, phoenixes are really cool mythical animals, so I dig that as well. Kyutamajin leaves a little bit to be desired. I appreciate what they were going for to try to implement everybody, but at the same time it doesn't really implement all the toys, and you're just left with a lot of husks that can just sort of be displayed in docked formation around this guy, which just isn't really as cool to me. So it is what it is, but Gigant Houou itself I do really enjoy. If you can get him on the cheaper side of things, maybe 5,000 yen, or so, somewhere around there, then I would say definitely go for it. It's a really cool, kind of fun, intuitive sort of toy, so I dig that a lot. But yeah, Kyutamajin leaves a little bit to be desired, to say the least. But there's lights and sounds, so that's really cool. That's definitely something that Houou Voyager lacked a ton, which was a little bit of a shame. But anyway, that about does it for this review. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and as always, thanks for watching, take care, and have a great one. Bye.